Hi everyone, it's Kerchie. Welcome to my March update. So it's April now, 4 months into the year. It feels like it's going really fast, honestly. I think the first couple months are always the slowest, and then it just revs up. I'm already seeing Halloween TikToks. So here is everything that happened in March, starting with some new toys. So you guys already know this one. I showed this an update ago, I believe. And I've been waiting for the round shape to release. So far it's the heart and the star, and I've been waiting and waiting for the circle one and still not released. But guess what? They're selling this now. So this set has all three of them. I don't understand why they didn't sell the individual pack, because now I have duplicates and I really don't like having duplicates. I don't like buying duplicates. I have bought duplicates before by either panic, which I try not to. I'm never gonna panic again and think they're sold out forever. That has never actually happened. And the other duplicates I have are given to me by friends and family. So in this case, I did end up having duplicates because I was either gonna wait months and months for the round one to come out, or I can just buy this entire set and just have the duplicates. I also think each of these are cheaper when you buy them as a set versus individually. So that's another thing that's bugging me. I don't know why they didn't just come out with this to begin with. And I'm so mad that I kind of don't want to do a showcase on this, but I probably will because she's really pretty. And then I got this very special Polly Pocket right here, a vintage, super rare Polly Pocket set that I have been eyeing forever, that I have not made the jump to get because she's a bit much, but George actually decided to surprise me with it. So here she is. It's the Alice in Wonderland Polly Pocket set. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I am in possession of this. I love Alice in Wonderland. And the fact that there's an Alice in Wonderland and Polly Pocket mix. Come out with a Coraline one at some point, Mattel, please. You're doing all these collabs. Coraline, and I will go crazy. I will pay whatever. So he surprised me with this to congratulate me on something amazing that happened to me lately, which I cannot reveal yet. In due time, you guys will know what it is, but this is his congratulatory gift for me. And yes, the characters are all here. I have them in this little baggie that I organized them in. So we have Alice, the Red Queen, the White Rabbit, and the Mad Hatter. The gang's all here. Definitely a showcase on that. I also want to do a mini showcase right now just because I need to start getting some toys out of their packaging. I really do not like keeping my toys in packaging. And I always say, oh, I'm gonna wait for a showcase and then I'll do a whole thing. And then I never showcase it because I either lose interest or don't want to showcase that particular toy, but I still wanna unpack it in front of you guys. So we're gonna do that with these two. These are the two Shopkins that I think I showed this a couple updates ago, I don't remember. But these have been sitting around forever, and I did say I was gonna limit my showcases to an actual like whole setup and production for showcases. So these will get a mini showcase right here. I'm just gonna unbox them and give you guys a quick look around. These are actually considered old now. I forgot what year this is. 2017. That was 8 years ago. 8 years ago? That's almost 10 years ago. That's actually crazy. That's almost a decade. And I did showcase some of these on my channel a while back. I think it was like the first or second year of my YouTube channel. And they are very beautiful. I do love them. I wish that I had known about these two because I just found out about them. And I hate that because I love showing things in sets. So when these came out, it's like, well, I don't just want to show two because they missed the first batch. And yes, they do come with little Polly Pocket adjacent compacts, which is why I wanted them. But the dolls themselves are actually super nice. Okay, let's see you. This one is, what's her name? Poppette. She's based on popcorn and movies. Also, I really love popcorn. It's my top favorite snack right now, which is so good when you're in a calorie deficit because I did say before, I'm a recovering binge eater. So one thing is I love to eat things in large quantities. And the thing about popcorn is you can eat a lot of it for very few calories. It's the perfect snack. She gets her own little background. It's a movie theater. It's yellow. I love the color scheme because it's very popcorn. It's yellow. And here she is coming on out. I really don't care much for these necklace things. I think I removed all of them. I have a lot of Shopkins stuff up here somewhere. Right here. And I don't have these attached. I just don't like them. You know what? I am not loving her hair. It's so stiff. It's like they put Mod Podge on it or something. As far as doll quality goes, she's not up there. But I'm not in this for the doll. I'm in this for the compact. Okay, what do we think? She's decent. I actually really love her color scheme. I love the yellow, which represents popcorn, and it's super curly. And the bright pops of pink. It's actually really nice. Poppette. Let me remove these rubber bands. They put too many rubber bands on these. My favorite part about the Shoppies are actually the shoes because they're so creative. Hers has little wings on them, and her skirt has these pom-pom things. Super, super cute. The only thing I don't like is whatever they used to stiffen her bangs, but I guess that was necessary to keep it in place. Here's the back. Look how curly. It's so bouncy. It's like Shirley Temple. And then she has fairy wings. Where are they? There they are. So pretty. I do love these fairy wings. I love anything fairy, pixie. And they're supposed to just kind of go in here and hang out. I don't like anything cardboard though. I typically don't keep these. What we've all been waiting for, the compact. I don't really care about the box. The whole point is to not be attached to the box. There's some drama right now in the Pokemon card collector community where people are just massively hoarding these Pokemon cards. I'm guessing they're scalpers, but there are also a lot of collectors who keep them in box and they never ever take them out. And there are other Pokemon card collectors who do take them out of the box, and kind of like me, we're opinionated on the fact that you should take them out of the box and enjoy them, okay? Because if you're collecting them to keep them in the box, you have the intent of selling them. And if you have the intent of selling them, you're not a collector, you're running a business. You're running a business, just run a business. You can't take the approach with everything you buy with the intent to sell and make money off it. You can just buy things to enjoy them. I promise. It's good for your soul. I can't wait to see this. I actually don't know what this looks like. I didn't even look at the back of the box. I like being surprised. I've mentioned before, I don't like doing a whole lot of research on these toys. I like to just kind of go in blind to feel like I'm re-experiencing them for the first time again, just like I did when I was a kid. Wow. I'll show you guys in a minute. I'm just excited right now. So cute. Put her on backwards. Pardon me. Okay, there's a mini movie theater in there. There's all kinds of stuff in there. I love that little picture in the background. And of course, she fits nicely in there. I always love how the little figures fit in these Shopkins compacts. In fact, they fit better than vintage Polly Pockets. That's one thing that I will say that these have over the vintage Polly Pockets. They're so easy to just pop in and out without resistance. They're not loose. They just fit every time perfectly. It's such a shame they don't make these anymore. Even the quality of the plastic, it trumps modern Polly Pockets, in my opinion. The figures are better than modern Polly Pockets. So much detail, they fit perfectly. I said that already, and bring these back. Produce more, please. Why did they discontinue these? Moose Toys, I thought you were doing well. They're focusing more on like the blind stuff, I think. There's, what are they doing now? They're doing something with blind bags. Enough of the blind bags. Every time I do one of these, I'm gonna rant about frickin' blind bags, okay? And then she has these glosses. We can put these on. So sometimes they don't actually... No, actually, I'm thinking of a different toy. I think Shopkins, everything fits every time. No, this one doesn't fit. Never mind. Never mind. I have to really jam it on there. Okay, so Shoppies wise could use a bit more fine tuning. It's falling off of her, but I'm here for the compacts, and those eat every time. I mean, go back and look at my old Shopkins showcases on the compacts and see for yourself. They are just amazing. Get on. Okay, here. She's cute. She's dancing. And of course, each of them come with a stand. I love the stands. If I had the space, I would display all of my Shoppies, all of my dolls. I actually had them displayed at one point. It was a couple years ago. And then I had to sadly put them in bins. When you start putting toys in bins, you know that you have too much. So I had to kind of take a backseat with the dolls and limit it to ones that really call out to me, call out to my soul. But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if they were all displayed like this? It's okay, Poppette, you'll get your moment someday. We're gonna take over George's office. We're gonna kick him out, have him move his office somewhere else in the house. And once we convince him to do that, you'll get your space, okay? Who do we have here? Miss Cocolette. Cocolette's Masquerade Disco Party. I just did like 3 different accents there. She's chocolate themed, so I already like her because I'm obsessed with chocolate. She's not coming out. Oh. She's in her little decorative box. Ooh, I already love her, but here's the box. Very decorative. I love the cakes. Cupcakes and sweets. I can't wait to eat my bridge mix later. Weekly bridge mix, guys. I'm gonna catch you up on how I'm losing weight eating a whole box of bridge mix in just a few minutes. I'm not encouraging you to do it, but if you want to, I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I already ruined her because I pulled too hard and her hair tie came out. Question. How do they expect the target audience for these things to take these out? In fact, something I'm noticing as I'm getting older and my grip is getting weaker, how hard things are to open. And even more handicapped because I have nails and I don't want to ruin them. So we go grocery shopping every week, and whenever I have to bag my own groceries, it's such a task for me because it's hard to hold anything and it's hard to open the bags. It's hard to open jars, boxes, anything. And I feel really bad for people who have, you know, real hand disabilities like arthritis. And it's like, how do they expect anyone to open these? Things are a little bit overpackaged for me, and I would count these as overpackaged. Like, how many rubber bands does she need? And she has come out of her shoes because everything is just stuck in here. This makes no sense. Can someone explain this to me? Why are there rubber bands stuck to her skirt? What's the purpose? So now I have to cut her skirt? I don't know. I don't know the decision. That was a decision. Maybe I'm just becoming old and cranky and bitter as I get older. You know what? My friend actually just linked me a meme that said something like, me in my 30s, and it's a picture of Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. And that's me. I feel like Eustace right now. Okay, I'll get these rubber bands out in no time, guys. Okay, and now she has these ugly things on her skirt that don't need to be there, but I don't get it. I don't understand. Let's put her shoes on. I'm trying to think if there's a toy that has the most perfect packaging that's like hassle-free. Well, at least her shoes are very cute. Okay, here she is. That was a struggle. What do we think? I love her frosted lips. That's about the only thing I like, to be honest. I'm not really into her hair. I'm not sure what happened here. It's uneven. The Shoppies are hit or miss. Honestly, the compacts are where it's at because the Shoppies are hit or miss. It almost feels like they're not produced in the same factory. It's kind of like Funko. I feel like Funko, I have a love-hate relationship with Funko, so I love Funko if it's a character that I really like. I have a lot of Coraline ones that my niece gifted me, and then the mini Funkos are super cute, but Funko themselves, they lost it for me when they started to be inconsistent. Like, why do some of them have noses and some don't? And some of them have eyebrows and some don't. Some have mouths and some don't. I don't understand. It feels like the brand is not cohesive, and I love cohesion. The brand is not cohesive. It feels like they're made from different factories. So that's what this is giving. It's made from a different factory. No quality control, I would say. There is chocolate on her shirt. It's very subtle, but it's cute. She is giving chocolate a little bit. I would love for her to have a lot more chocolate though. Like, there's a little bit. Like, if her name wasn't Cocolette, I would be like, what is she? Who is she? See how nice they look? I wish I could do this. Am I giving Veruca salt that I have all these things and I complain about them? I saw this meme that really resonated with me, and it said, I'm like if a hater also enjoyed things. That is 100% me. Okay, ooh, this compact. I'm gonna love it. I can already feel it. I feel it in my soul. See, the packaging is just, it's too much. I also lift weights, but I'm still really weak. I'm weak when it comes to everyday things, but I'm strong in the gym. These are the glasses, or the masquerade mask. The compact. Ah, what is it supposed to be? It looks like a peacock. Here she is. There's a chocolate river. I think a chocolate river is a must in any candy themed compact. We've seen that a lot. It's a masquerade ball. Oh, so this is, yeah, this is meant to be a peacock. I don't know, it's meant to be showy. Yeah, she's pretty cute in there. I do like the inside, the compacts never disappoint. It's simple. It reminds me of the Polly Pocket watches and necklaces where there's just one character in there and it's really tiny. Here's both of them, super cute. Let's put this on, hopefully it'll actually fit. Oh, this one fit. This one fits perfectly, see? Made from a different factory. Tell me I'm wrong here. I'm not crazy. I can feel things in my soul. And then we do have a couple standalone compacts that don't come with Shoppies. These are the ones I've been looking for such a long time, back when I showed the rest of these, and I couldn't find them. I really wanted these to be part of that showcase. I ended up finding these, I think, was it Mercari? I think it was Mercari or eBay. I hate having to buy anything on eBay that I could just buy on Amazon, but here we are. I realize the irony in me disliking scalpers, but also buying from scalpers. But I feel like I wouldn't have to buy from scalpers if there weren't scalpers in the first place. And I could just stick to my morals and say, hey, why not just relinquish the toy and not support scalpers? But I'm materialistic. I'm gonna admit that I'm materialistic and I have to have them. So we go around in circles of, you know, I don't support you, but I need it, so I have to buy it. And in doing so, I support you and enable you to keep doing this unethical thing you're doing. Oh, life. Life is just full of contradictions. Here is this one. This is the mermaid one. So this is called Mermaid's Adventure. Look at her in there. She's so pretty. She's a little mermaid. The sea theme compact. I love it. And the Shopkin we got. She's called Coral Cupcake. I guess you can get 3 different ones. Again, with the blind things. I don't do those. So I'm happy with her. We're gonna keep her. This is open. The little clamshell thing opens. So this is cute. I do love this, never disappoint. And they all fit in there. So this one is rodeo themed. I love this. Such a cute design. There's a horseshoe. What do you call that star thing? Okay, I love this. She's got her little cowgirl hat. That is so cute. And she's in a saloon. And our Shopkin is called Boot Shootin' Smoothie. These things have the silliest names. Another cute one. Love all of this. Again, just please make more. Make more compacts, I beg. All right, now some updates on my fitness journey. I've lost another couple pounds, so I'm currently at 128, which is such a huge accomplishment for me. I did start at around 200 pounds, if you can believe it. So almost 2 years now into my fitness journey, I have lost almost 80 pounds. We're coming up on 80 pounds and I'm really happy. I'm losing about 2 pounds a month, which is very, very slow, but it's super sustainable for me. I can actually eat like this for the rest of my life and be completely satiated. I have figured out the perfect nutrients, food types that I can eat every single day and not get bored. I don't crave anything outside of that. I don't have any desire to eat chips or even go to restaurants or even do DoorDash, which segues me into my completed 75-day challenge of no DoorDash. So the first time I mentioned this, I think it was my very first update. And yes, we made it through. Look at all those shiny stars. So I did modify this. Again, I started with, you know, just stick to my foods, no snacking. And then I thought, let's do something more realistic and sustainable, which is no DoorDash. And I did mention how if you're on a health journey and you're watching what you eat, Eating at restaurants is a bit risky because you don't know how much oil and butter and sauce they put that all go unaccounted for. So I wanted to eliminate that from my regular diet because I just know that it is messing me up. So I did it, no DoorDash, and building this habit, actually halfway through building this habit, I had zero desire to DoorDash anything. In the beginning, yes, I had the urge because it was routine for me that every week, once a week, I would DoorDash pho, I would DoorDash, Thai food or whatever else. And stopping that habit suddenly, my brain was like, why? Why are you punishing me? What did I do? And then over time, about the halfway point, my brain got used to it. My brain was like, all right, cool. And then as I got closer and closer to the end, I wasn't even thinking about DoorDash. In fact, when I was putting these stickers on at the end of the night, it was like autopilot. I wasn't even saying, ooh, I didn't DoorDash today. Here's a sticker. It's like, sticker, sticker. It's like my brain threw DoorDash out the door, which is great because guess what? Right around here-ish, towards the beginning, I actually was super stressed. So I opened up DoorDash and I added, my usual to my shopping cart. And I was gonna get it. I was like, you know what? I'll give myself one day and then I'll increase the challenge by another day. And then the restaurant that I frequent, they're not on Dash Pass anymore. And they increased all of their prices. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. That's a sign not to do it. So I didn't do it. I wanted to stick by my principles and not pay the extra 10. I think it racked up 10 extra dollars. That was a sign that I needed to stick to this. So I didn't do that. And that was just a moment of weakness. So I stuck to it. We are done. And I don't want DoorDash. I don't. So here's how I lose weight eating an entire box of Bridge Mix every week. So for those of you who don't know, Bridge Mix is assorted little bite-sized chocolate with nuts, caramel, all kinds of goodies on the inside. And it comes in this giant rectangular box. And the whole thing is 2,200 calories, which is insane. And typically my method, especially in the beginning, was to cut out anything like that. Like, no, I cannot have this. I have to have this. I cannot have this. I have to stick to this. And over time, my brain kind of got really angry with me. So with DoorDash, my challenge was to not do it for 75 days. And now I can do it again if I want to. And my brain processes that as, hey, we're not trapped. Like, we can do it if we want to. But the thing is, I don't want to, so I won't. And the thing with the foods that I loved in the past is I say I will never eat that again. And my brain panics and says, why not? Like, why not? Why are you trapping me? Why are you treating me like this? And the food noise, it makes me want the food more. So I set some criteria for myself. There are foods I absolutely cannot have. Like I said, I'm a binge eater, and there are foods that will absolutely derail me. I cannot control myself, and that is hot Cheetos, number one. Number two is chips in general, like Doritos, Sun Chips. Who eats those? I do, apparently. So things like that, I can't even have a taste. I can't have a bite because they will absolutely derail me. Number one, absolutely being hot Cheetos. I think the other chips, maybe I'll have a few, and I think I'm confident enough that I have the self-control to not eat the whole bag and not eat it every day. But hot Cheetos, I can't. I just know that for a fact. So that's one food where I'm telling myself, no, you cannot have that again for the rest of your life. But I've reached this point where I'm getting closer and closer to the end. And by end, meaning maintenance mode. There is no end to fitness. You don't just stop and you say, okay, we're done. Let's go back to eating the way we did before. So now that I'm getting closer to maintenance mode, I am starting to introduce more, what do you even call it? Fun food, pleasurable food, or comfort food, I guess, where they don't really have much nutrients in them. They just taste really good and they make my soul feel good. They relax me. And I do try not to attach feeling to food, but let's face it, that's completely unrealistic. Food is built in our culture. I tried to have this mindset of food is fuel, and I kind of sounded like a douchebag saying that because yeah, food is fuel, but it can also be just comforting for the soul. That's literally why food is a multi-billion-dollar business. So the food that I have chosen as my comfort food is Bridge Mix. And the reason is chocolate is actually really good for you. It's good for your body. It has magnesium. And I'm going through some hormone shifts right now because I have lost so much body fat that my hormones are literally readjusting because hormones are tied to body fat and there's all kinds of complicated stuff there. And chocolate is really good for you. So not only does it have magnesium, but the nuts in it has healthy fats, and that's the good side of it. The bad side is obviously the amount of sugar and carbs, and I'm allowing myself that. The other thing is, if they stop producing Bridge Mix, if they get discontinued, I'm not gonna have a big fit about it. I'm not gonna get upset, and I'm not gonna look for like a replacement because I'm fiending for it. There are even times I was not able to get Bridge Mix because they were sold out. I think this was during the holidays. They were sold out everywhere, and I was just like, oh well, whatever. So they're a healthy comfort food for me mentally as well, where I'm not so attached to them like I was to Hot Cheetos. Because with Hot Cheetos, whenever I couldn't find one at the store, or I couldn't have it for the day for whatever reason, I would get so upset that my whole day is ruined. I complain all day. I'm sour, I'm bitter, I'm not fun to be around. So that's one food where it does affect me emotionally as well. And Bridge Mix does not do that. So calorie-wise, Bridge Mix has significantly more calories than Hot Cheetos. But the trade-off is that I'm not mentally attached to Bridge Mix. I am mentally attached to Hot Cheetos. The other reason I'm able to lose weight eating this way is it is factored into my calorie deficit. So it is an extra 2,200 calories for the week, but the rest of the week I adjust accordingly. And I have to be strategic about it because I am very active. I go to the gym 4 days a week. I do the Stairmaster 4 days a week, and I do 20,000 steps. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. That is a huge thing that I started doing in March, but all of that is the only reason that I can eat this much chocolate. So whenever you see someone who's eating a lot and they're thin and you think, oh, how can you eat so much and stay thin? I wish I was like that. I have metabolism issues and you don't. It's not fair. None of that is true. At the end of the day, it's their weekly calories. So they could be eating that much in your face right then, but then that's all they eat for the day. Or the next day, they don't eat as much. There's always something, unless you're watching someone like a hawk 24/7 and seeing everything they put in their mouth. You can't assume that they just have a fast metabolism or a slow metabolism, because metabolism has very little to do with weight loss, actually. It all comes down to your activity levels and how much food you consume. That's really in simplest terms. So for me, what is sustainable for me right now is losing 2 pounds a month. I used to lose 1 to 1.5 pounds a week. I think at one point I was losing 2 pounds a week, which is really the most you should lose in a week. If you lose more than that, it kind of gets unhealthy and you end up with loose skin, things like that. So I think slower the better is absolutely what works for me. I'm in no rush. I feel great. I feel a lot more confident, and I'm showing myself more on my channel, which before I wasn't, because I really didn't feel good. I didn't like looking at myself. And if I don't like looking at myself, why would you want to look at me? You know? So I think just getting to this point is accomplishing for me. And then everything else I gain hereafter is extra, because my goal weight in the beginning was actually just 150 pounds, which is largely overweight for someone my height. I'm 5 feet, and 150 pounds was what I weighed when I worked my first corporate job, and I felt really confident. I looked cute. So I was like, 150 pounds, that's all I need. And then when I hit 150, I just kept going. I was like, okay, what about 140? What about 130? So now I surpassed the 130. I'm in the 120s now, and I'm going to try to reach 120. So that's my next goal, or not try, I will. And then from there, I'm going to reassess again. Okay, do I want to lose another 10? Because I can go down as much as, I don't want to alarm anybody, but like 100. I could be 100 pounds and be considered healthy, because I am very short. I'm 5 feet. And again, it all largely depends on my activity level. I do lift weights. I do have muscle. You can't see it. I'm wearing this, but I do got biceps, you guys. And I didn't think that I would be excited about being muscular. I always thought, oh, I don't want to look bulky. That's not feminine. But you know, muscles can't be feminine. And I feel great. I feel strong. At least in the gym. I still can't open packages, but whatever. So what I've learned in my entire almost 2-year fitness journey is that do what works for you. And I have watched every fitness influencer out there. I have listened to every tip. My husband, George, my wonderful, wonderful patient husband, has been my personal trainer for the past 2 years. And even then, at the end of the day, I have to do what works for me. All these tips are just for you to try, see if they work for you, and if they don't, readjust. So for me, cold cutting food, saying I'm never gonna have that again, messes with my brain. So I had to readjust. Like, yes, there are some foods I can't have ever again, but maybe there's like an alternative that will still give me that comfort that I can control. So the theme here is containing my binge in a controlled way. I've come to realize that I'm always going to be a binge eater. It's not something you cure. As with a lot of mental health things, it's not something you cure. It's something you manage. It's something you consciously tell yourself, hey, I'm not going to give in to this. It's always going to be a part of me, but I can still live a really good life despite having this. Sometimes I do get the urge to binge. I have to watch myself, but almost coming up on 2 years now, it's for the most part gone away. And I think a huge part of that is really retraining your brain and staying consistent, finding what works for you, and also telling yourself that there is no cure. So don't hope for a cure, don't look for a cure. You just manage it every single day. And yes, it's work. You gotta work every single day. It's work. If I can do it, you can do it. Please look at my old videos. Look at my very first Q&A and how different I look then than now. I've had no medical intervention, no Zempi, no nothing. I did this completely raw, blood, sweat, and tears. Lots of fighting and arguing between me and George because I'm really stubborn. And even now, I'm looking for ways to add fun food to my diet, like the bridge mix. And eventually I found one that works. But yes, it was a lot of failures where I added one food and then I didn't lose weight for like a month and then became disappointed in myself and spiraled. Oh, I can't do this. I can't stick to this. And you know, all these mind games. And do not rush. I am coming up on 2 years and I still haven't reached my goal weight. People who say I lost so-and-so pounds in X amount of months, great. I don't know your life, I don't know your activity level, and also more likely than not, those individuals tend to regain the weight back because more important than anything, don't even think about how your body's gonna look. More important than anything is consistency. Do it every single day for a long time, a long period of time, and you're gonna retrain your brain. You're literally gonna become a new person. Just like I did. I feel rebirthed right now. It's crazy. I almost feel like a douchebag. I feel like I'm on a high horse. I'm like, yeah, I did it. And now I'm telling you guys to do it. But it's true. I just want everybody to be as enlightened as I was because it's so difficult to be trapped in a body that no longer serves you, that does not serve you, and in a mind that won't work with you. But you can retrain your brain. You absolutely can. So my last update is I have officially launched my third shop. This one is exclusively on Etsy. I'm not gonna have a standalone website for this one. And this shop is called Happy Pixie Wonderland. Very, very whimsical name. I just love that theme. Whimsy, magic, manifestations, all of it. And this brand is basically my endeavors to put forth my graphic design creations, starting with, of course, planners and trackers, just like this one. And my planners and trackers are designed to help you be consistent, stick to something consistently. It doesn't have to be fitness. It can be anything health related. It can even be hobby related, right? It can be whatever you want. These are digital downloads. So the moment you buy them, you immediately have them. There's no shipping, no nothing. And you just download it on your phone and basically check it off as each day goes by. And in the end, there's a little questionnaire, like how did you feel about it? What's your next challenge? It's just a fun thing to keep you accountable in just a super engaging way. So this is my current challenge, which is walking. These are one of my designs that you can buy from my shop. This is called 30-Day Walk. And I designed this one to literally look like a path that you walk on in the forest. And yes, you read that right. Walk 20K steps. So I told you guys my walking pad broke. I didn't like that brand. We upgraded, we bought another one. It's an actual treadmill. It's a treadmill desk by a brand called Unsit. This is heavy duty, guys. It supports up to 400 pounds or something like that. So this is here to last. And in the beginning of March, I decided to challenge myself to walk 20K. I had been doing 10K and then I thought, let's rev it up. Let's really kick it up a notch. And in doing so, I can also, again, eat the bridge mix that I talked about. So I've been doing that all of March. I actually need to complete it because I'm almost done. I'm filming this a little bit before April. So right after this, I'm gonna finish this entire challenge. So these are some of my other designs. I have generic 30-day challenges. I have one focused on fitness, the one over here, and this one says focus. So that one is intended for if you want to focus on anything at all. It can be studying or something to just retrain your brain. And yes, check this out. The popular Polly Pocket Restoration logo that many of you have purchased from me now lives in my shop, Happy Pixie Wonderland. So that is her new permanent home. I've been hosting her on my Pixsqueaks shop website, and that's obviously not the place for her. That's for my pet tags, but I was housing her there because I couldn't put her anywhere else. And my website, Kerchie.com, was actually hosting her for a time. But to turn that website into an e-commerce website is insanely expensive and wasn't worth it for one product. So I'm sorry I kept moving her around, but she is permanently in my Etsy. And Happy Pixie Wonderland is going to be a brand as well, with lots of other fun stuff outside of trackers and planners. I'm planning on designing just a bunch of cute graphic design stuff. I have so much ruminating in my head right now. But I intend for the shop to be mostly digital downloads because I want something quick that you guys can receive, something nice and quick so that you can get on with your day really fast. And that's the intention for the trackers and planners. You download it, get on with your day, very little friction in between. They also come in a printed version with minimal ink. So if you decide to print it, you can. That is it for March, mostly just keeping up with my health. And on that treadmill desk, 20K steps, which by the way, takes 3.5 hours. I know it's a lot. But it does fly by because I do keep busy. On that treadmill is where I designed all of these. So it's nice that I'm designing something as I'm literally putting it into practice. I've also been working on a huge project. I can't talk about it right now, but in due time you guys will see, and it is so incredibly exciting. I'm really trying not to give any clues, but just you wait, And I hope you guys have a wonderful spring. Please get warm already. I can't believe that it was warm and then it started raining. So please bring the sun out. I really want the sun right now. And as usual, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.